Only if COVID-19 was a pandemic causing erectile disorder instead of respiratory disorder, do you think people would have more eagerly worn masks? Why or why not? Going further and equating it to various STDs, there are still a ridiculous amount of people who do not use condoms, etc. In fairness, whilst using a condom is certainly an effective way of protecting yourself and others from transmitting disease, it's a ducking nightmare getting it to stay on your face. Dude, you just stretched the whole thing over your head, like a bank robber, then punched 2 air holes. You're not supposed to punch holes in condoms, that's how you get dick COVID. Fashion designer here, allow me to introduce you to the perfect bodysuit when your partner has COVID-19. I know what it is and I refuse to click. Small world. We meet again, Cock Daddy Karen. This stupid thread has made my day. Bravo and well done. But can you describe exactly how it touched and threatened you? You're gonna need a bigger doll. Nah, some guys would be like, that ain't gonna happen to me, I'm too manly to get floppy dong from this. Redditors be like, not like anybody gonna need my erect penis anyway. Redditors, says the most susceptible are those who hang around large social groups, have close friends or commute to work daily, so I'm safe I guess. Redditors, it's not like you can get ed twice. Masks? Every dude would be hooked up to an oxygen tank. Haha. What would be the alternative of ventilators in this case, if the situation worsened? Ruffle, I reckon fleshlights rigged to sex machines. You win. Duck you and we'll meet again tomorrow. I look forward to it. Smile. Take 3 ducks and call me in the morning. You give me 3 phone numbers for 3 hot chicks and I will happily take your advice. Smile. Does age matter? If not, I've got 3 eggs you can have. Chicks or omelet is up to you. Point for you. Smile. Hey op, you might want to read this TL doctor. Erections only happen because of blood flow. Coronavirus ducts with your blood and causes clotting disorders. So COVID can affect your erectile function. Edit, fix link formatting. That's a bingo. Till that COVID-19 can cause erectile dysfunction. It can cause many things. Everything that is somehow related to your blood vessels. Spoiler, they are everywhere in the human body. Damn it, I hadn't gotten to that part yet. Too busy looking at cakes in your PMS. Then COVID only affects men and this wouldn't affect women who aren't trying to be sexually active. Therefore, it'd say no. So should I rephrase the question so that it includes both the genders in a way? Edit, the rephrased question would have been, if COVID-19 caused erectile dysfunction instead of respiratory disorder, then dear ladies, how scared will you be for your partner? What about lesbians? Maybe strap-ins and dildos will become more expensive like toilet paper was. That's a damn fine question. Here's another one, does the mask go around your crotchal region? Because if so, I'm in like Flynn. Live your truth anyway, smile. COVID-19 attacks the bloodstream, heart and lungs. I am certain blood flow to the penis is going to be impacted. Heart problems often manifest in erectile problems. From what I understood, COVID toes is a result of the small blood vessels being impaired by the virus. Guess where else these small blood vessels are needed? Lesbians wouldn't care. So it is a stalemate then, isn't it? Interesting question. I don't know if it would have any bearing. We like to think that men value their manhood. In fact, it's ingrained into us how important the penis is, but that being said, countless men put their dicks at risk when they go bare with new partners. There are far more daily and annual cases of STIs than COVID. A lot more college-aged guys who tie their value into sexual performance would. We wouldn't know about it because every guy would just be like, yep, nothing wrong with my dick. Shit, it's bigger than ever. Now what if there's a 30% chance of temporary dysfunction but a 5% chance of permanent embiggening? Dudes at Walmart just breathing deeply and walking around for days prob. Embiggening is my new favorite word. Who is we? Everyone wearing masks in Germany. I mean, not outside but everywhere else when going shopping and stuff. I'd say probably. The only time I have ever convinced an anti-vaxxer to get protected was telling him, a 20-year college frat dude, that the HPV vaccine prevents dick warts. It also prevents a ton of different cancers, which I had mentioned. But his response? Bro, I don't want dick warts, WTF. Poetic. Bro, I don't want dick warts, WTF, Edgar Allan Poe. Answer: no. Alcohol literally kills brain cells, and humans consume it every day and even seem proud of doing so. Stupidity and self-harm in humanity started long before COVID-19. Ha, fun, stumble, juice, go brrrr. Well, half the population wouldn't give a shit. No, they wouldn't have worn masks. The world would have gotten together and have it sorted inside a week. Women still wouldn't care. Is the danger rate the same? If there was only a 0.0003% chance that I'd get erectile dysfunction, I definitely wouldn't be wearing a mask. The whole of Vernevap wishes this was the actual coronavirus. All people on Reddit and other virgins would probably not care. If it attacks your blood vessels, it will probably cause erectile dysfunction. Just not right away. Only if it was permanent. You make it sound like men are the problem. I have seen both men and women refuse to wear masks, refuse to vaccinate their kids, and ask for the manager. But if this is your question, no dude alive would risk leaving the house. Everything would be mail ordered and sanitized in laboratory grade isolation. Guys would willingly go into debt just to keep the wang alive, by using online shopping. Even then, if something looks odd in the shopping list, i.e. one of the bags of something was accidentally torn, whole ducking thing would go into an incinerator. Boring answer, but no. Not if it impacts the same age groups that COVID does and for the same time frame. Karen still wouldn't care. Have you heard of obesity? One of the leading causes of and death. Yet motherduckers still eat corn syrup, sugar and low-quality processed meat like it's going out of style. Men who take antidepressants wouldn't be fazed. I think if it was causing erectile dysfunction, people, especially male Republicans who generally haven't taken it seriously, would treat it like a cancer diagnosis and be like, oh my, another soul has fallen ill with this terrible virus, there'd be a cure already. It's like how if the birth control pill were made for men, it would come in flavors like ranch barbecue and be available at 7 to 11. No women would wear the masks. Well, the men would. I think women would be exempt from that issue, well, first-handed I mean. Way to not talk about 50% or so of the population that doesn't have a penis. You have basically changed the virus from what it is. Most things would be rather different. Of course that would be scary for penis-having people. That would be a different situation than what it is now. I'm sure if it made others infertile in mass, different precautions would be taken. I don't think so. You believe in something or not? If you believe COVID is perhaps in 1% as deadly as it is said, why would you care about very small chance of floppy dick? Yes, they would have. Because nothing is more fragile than a man's ego. Yep. If it were a men's issue, the men would be much more motivated to do something about it. An existential and immediate threat to specifically men around the world, and men's manhood and capacity to spread their seed at that, which they can avoid by actively doing something as simple as wearing a mask and maintaining physical distance in the short term. What man is going to argue with that discourse? Plus, it would make women the other, so they would be able to scapegoat women rather than spending so much time arguing amongst themselves, so the adversarial political discourse would have had its sides easily drawn differently. It would probably put gender equality back 50 plus years, but the discourse would come together easily. If it were a women's issue, on the other hand, COVID deniers would make up a much larger part of the population than they do now. We wouldn't have had so much home working, let alone so many lockdowns. See Invisible Women by Caroline Criado Perez. Sadly, men just care more about men's issues, and men are still disproportionately represented in decision-making roles. We sure would have had a free cure by now. And additional pink tax on other feminine products to recoup the costs. People would wear masks to show that they do indeed lay pipe. Rehave sex would be the most popular subreddit.